education, but look at me. I don't want to be this way anymore. If what Dr. Peel said is the truth, I give my life to you. Please change me. And when he went out, the bishop said, isn't it strange? We preach the gospel of change, but we're surprised when it happened. That man has been changed. Well, a few weeks after that, I was at a hotel in Florida on the West Coast. Can't think of the name of the town right now. And the clerk called up and said, there's a man downstairs who wanted to see me. I went down the lobby, and here came a clean, fine-looking fellow leading two little girls, one with her left hand, one with her right. And as he came across the lobby, he started to sing, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. It was the man from Atlanta. Clean, in charge of himself, completely different. And the sweet little girls looked up at him adoringly. Only a short time ago, I had a letter from a lady, and she said, I am the daughter of so-and-so. I'm one of the little girls who met you that day in a Florida hotel holding our father's hand. Father has just died and gone home to heaven. He was one of the most highly respected men in our community. He was a great man, a wonderful father and husband. And I would just like to thank you for the part you had that night years ago in Atlanta, when groping miserably for something, he staggered into that church. And you said that anybody could change. Now that miracle has been repeated time and time again. This man became not a negative man, but a positive man, a positive thinker, a believer. And positive thinking and belief are one and the same. So whatever may be awry in your life, just turn to the Lord right now and ask Him to take hold of it for you. If thou canst believe, impossible, nothing is impossible to him that believeth. But you've got to believe with intensity and with desire. So if you've got those two things, a miracle can happen in your life at any time, even now. That's what positive thinking, positive faith can do for you. Now, it all depends on the kind of thoughts that go through the mind. If you think yourself down, you're going to be down. If you think yourself up, you will be bound to go up, because you are what you think. And one of the things that happens to a person creatively when he thinks positively is that he enhances the scope and quality of his life. So what do you think about yourself? This is very important. My wife and I were in Hong Kong, and that's supposed to be the bargain center of the world. But they got to be rather expensive bargains. And my wife, to my dismay and sadness, found a dressmaker in Hong Kong. And I went over there with her one day to try on something. She was doing the trying on. And the place was filled with women, and I decided there was no place for me. So I went out to take a walk while this was going on. And I walked through the little winding streets of Kowloon. And I came to a place that said tattoo parlor. And I don't know what ever made me stop, but I looked in the window. And when the Chinese man inside saw me standing there, he thought he had a customer for sure. And even more so when I saw the kind of tattoos that you could get put on your arms or chest. Most of them were pretty girls, mermaids and sirens, and you could get the flag of your country tattooed on it, and little sayings. And one of the sayings that he had marked up there was, "Born to lose." And I thought, would anybody in his right mind tattoo on his chest, "Born to lose"? And this intrigued me so that I went into the tattoo parlor. And the man said, "Take off your coat and sit down." I said, "No, I'm not a customer." I noticed a sign in the window, "Born to lose." Do you mean to tell me that anybody ever came in here and had that tattooed on them? Yes, he says several. Well, I said, how in the world would anybody thus label himself? Now, this Chinese man couldn't speak English much better than I can speak Chinese. But he could communicate. And he must have been a descendant of Confucius because he proved himself to be a philosopher. He says, before tattoo on chest, tattoo on mind. Meaning that a long time before anybody in ignominy would tattoo on his body that he was born to lose, he got the idea in his mind that he was born to lose. So I'd like to tattoo on your mind this morning. You were never born to lose. You were never born to be a failure. You were never born to be weak. You were never born to be sinful. You were never born to be a non-believer. You were born to be the contrary of all those things. You were created in the image of Almighty God. You were born to be somebody and something. You were born to attain your goals. You were born to realize your dreams. And if you can believe, says the wisest book ever written in the history of the human race, if you were born to believe nothing shall be